This episode of the ZuLoo Pōōdcast is sponsored by ZuLoo Inc., a benefit corporation dedicated to the goal of universal access to toilets, hygiene, clean water and sanitation through the power of social enterprise. Learn more at ZuLoo.com.
We went to a restaurant in a different city, and I get in, I'm like, do you have any filtered water? And she's like, yeah, that one in there. And it was brown. So I turn around, like, we're not eating here because, this is going to end up bad. So we left the restaurant. When I turn around, Darin is eating these two sandwiches. I'm like, bro, you're not eating that. You're going to die. They taste good. So he was trying to kill himself during the whole trip. And I was just like, please stop.
He just wanted another Peruvian toilet story to be able to share on the ZuLoo Pōōdcast.
Probably.
Welcome to the ZuLoo Pōōdcast, where we talk all things poop, toilets, and sanitation. Through insightful news, impact stories, and quirky humour, we aim to discuss and highlight the critical role toilets play in whisking poop out of our lives, the impact toilets have, or lack thereof, in the health and wellness of humanity, and what ZuLoo is doing to help solve the current global sanitation crisis.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the ZuLoo Pōōdcast. Hope you had a wonderful week. We are excited to be in studio again.
Boy, it seems like we're meeting like at least weekly.
It's great. I love it. Yeah.
Once a week. Buenos dias, buenas semana.
Have a midweek date every week. I love it.
I know.
Yes, super bueno.
Who needs a boyfriend when you got the Pōōdcast?
You got the Pōōdcast. We provide you dinner,
It's true,
entertainment,
you guys give
company,
me gifts.
Oh man,
Everything a boyfriend offers, but then more.
It's true.
Love it. Well, this week on the Pōōdcast, we've got an exciting guest, Darin's Spanish teacher.
Mi maestra de Español.
Oh, muy bien. That was super fluido.
Gracias.
Yeah, that was great. I can tell you've been practicing since our interview with her.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's about all I got.
Well,
Otherwise, I'm empty. I'm like, don't go farther.
You sound proficient, so stop.
You do.
Now.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm working on remember the accent? I used to have a weird kind of accent. Like I've tried to like speak normally, in Spanish.
I think you just took, the French accent that you and Shannon are so good at doing and that found its way into.
Well, plus I'm studying Korean on Duolingo.
Oh,
and that's
nice.
like a whole nother level of crazy.
Yes.
It's like, what?
Yes.
So I'm a little mixed up.
Nice. You did invite me to that, and I opened up my Duolingo for the first time in years, and it said, "Welcome back to learning Japanese." So at some point, I decided I wanted to learn Japanese.
There you go.
Well, I don't remember anything. So,
well, you can always start over, right?
I can always start over. Anyway, so you'll hear her interview. It was wonderful. She was part of Darin's Peru trip just a couple months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, she had a great time. So you'll hear all about that. But before that, we've got some Poo-News and then a special story time.
Special story
Very
time.
about story time.
Yeah. So in the news, ZuLoo is making our own news, actually.
Ooh.
So our Peru trip, we went to Peru with Adriana and, it was great. She took us all around the country and showed us all the cool sites. We had her grandmother's birthday and it's just like so immersed in the culture, right?
Yeah, I love that.
It was great. So, but yeah, so she, in the interview, she'll talk about the trip and, but anyway, we've announced that we are going back to Peru to actually build those toilets.
Woohoo!
In partial thanks to some of our donors. So thank you. Gracias, muchas gracias.
Muchas
and also a generous grant from the Young Living Foundation. We had a few weeks ago Arturo on the show. Or maybe we will have him on. I don't know where he is in the
yeah, we're
lineup,
not sure when we're producing.
I think his show is going to come out before this one. But anyway, thanks to Arturo and the Young Living Foundation in May of next year, May of 2023, going back to Peru and to build these toilets in Chinchero. So if you're not doing anything,
May 2023.
In 2023, you might be in an RV bus driving around the country.
You can just drive all the way down.
I'll just drive all the way down.
You do that
through
Pan
Central
American
America.
Highway, all the way down.
I'll meet you there.
Okay, you start now.
Okay,
and we will see you there. But anyway, so that's in the news.
That's super exciting.
That is very.
We'll have more
exciting.
details on our website as we get closer. But that's exciting. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ZuLoo. Go
Woohoo!
us.
Yeah.
Little pat on the back.
So that's
I didn't
going
do
on.
anything to make that happen, but I feel like we all deserve some praise. Good job, Darin. You especially.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's it takes a team, right?
It does take a team. Yeah.
And
a photographer.
Well, yeah, you were on the podcast with David Utria, right?
I was, yeah. David's great.
And you speak Peruvian Spanish, apparently.
Oh, I don't know. I speak Peruvian.
That's
Spanish.
what he said.
I probably speak pretty white girl Spanish, but
I mean, I'm just saying what he said. He's from Peru, and he's like, you have the perfect Peruvian accent. So
thank you, David. I'm just gonna take it for what it is.
But anyway, yeah, David was instrumental in setting those interviews up. And if you haven't watched David's podcast episode, go back and I don't know which one it is, but I don't know. We've got so many now.
We've got so many now.
I mean, you could actually binge watch the Pōōdcast now.
Yes.
Right? If you got nothing else to do on the weekend, just
even if you do have stuff to do, just
stuff.
cancel your plans. Listen to the Pōōdcast.
Kids are running around crazy outside. You're like, anyway, we did see a lot of animals down in Peru, and so a lot of animal poop all over.
Yeah.
And so, and this is sort of in line with this book that we're going to read. So I'm giving you a little prep course. Kelsey's going to read this book. I don't know what it says. I don't even know the topic. It's some random topic that she picked. I don't know.
You don't have any buy into this.
She just brought this book. I want to read this book. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll let you read it. Anyway, but a little, what do we call it?
Backstory?
No, pop quiz or.
Oh, yeah.
Snap
pop quiz. Snap poll.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Snap poll. Test your knowledge. Okay. Which animals poop in the shape of a cube?
What?
There's animals that poop in cubes?
Not a little ball, but an actual.
That sounds so painful.
Cube.
Sounds awesome. So neat and organized, like all those right angles. They could just stack
it's like little sugar cubes.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
There's only one animal on the planet that does this.
And is it found in South America? Did you see it when you were in Peru?
Yeah, I did not, but they're in Australia. I know.
Wombat.
I was gonna say, is it a wombat?
How did you know that?
It is a wombat.
They're so cute, and they poop cubes.
How did you know it's a wombat? Did you?
Well, she said Australia, and like the only animal native to Australia that I know other than a kangaroo is a wombat. So
you get 1,000 points. That's amazing.
Is so cute.
That is really cute.
You didn't look at my screen here.
I can't see your screen.
Wombats, they poop up to 100 cubes a day.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they like
Why?
cute?
Why
they must be cute little cubes.
And how? Like, is it the shape of their anatomy as it's exiting?
Yeah.
It shapes it. How does this happen? I need to know more.
I guess is the part in which it's exiting.
Yeah.
That
so
cube is a square.
I'll tell you.
Oh, great.
Researchers say the distinct cube shape of wombat poop is caused as a result of the drying of the feces in the colon before it comes out and muscular contractions, which form the uniform size of the cubes.
You know, there are just some things that make you realize God's funny. He's got a funny sense of humor.
It's like, this one's gonna poop
and
cubes.
This one's gonna poop cubes. He can do anything, pooping cubes.
So yeah, they are the only animal. God's up there like, man, everybody's poop looks the same. I'm gonna make this special. These gonna be cube shaped.
That's what. Okay,
I think I pooped some cube shape one time, but it wasn't on purpose. It was some bad constipation.
Yeah, didn't feel very good.
And they were more like they weren't like cubes. They were more like,
pebbles,
like Dungeons and Dragons dice. They're multi-sided. But anyway, what were you saying?
Well, I had the opportunity to see some bladder stones recently.
Bladder
stones.
I've never heard of that.
Where did you see them? In your toilet?
Nope.
Oh.
someone in my family had them and brought them home in a jar.
Oh,
there were a lot of them, but they were like tiny dice. But there were big ones and small ones, but they were perfectly smooth.
Crystals.
Is it the same as like a kidney stone where it's just like your digestive system's not working properly? Like, how does that happen? Maybe you don't know.
I think it had to do with something with the prostate and it not being like not able to eliminate bladder fully. And so there's just a lot of buildup of calcium and whatever else is in there. But they were these perfectly like, it was weird. It looked like they were made in a factory.
Yeah, if you're peeing that out, that's bad news. Right?
Yeah.
I've heard
the body does crazy things.
Body is insane.
And apparently wombats are just as crazy.
If I didn't already want to go to Australia so bad, now I really want to go.
Right. I mean,
and really want to see a wombat.
Chris Hemsworth and the pooping cubed wombat.
Yeah, those are two reasons.
Why isn't this part of their tourism industry?
Why is this the first time we're hearing about?
I know Australia is missing the boat there.
Yeah. We got a whole market to unlock.
It's the 8th or 9th wonder of the world.
Poop cubes.
Let's see. What animal poops out of its mouth?
No.
That is.
Is it some kind of frog?
Is it an insect or like
it's
a mammal?
It's a. I apologize. I need to Google this. A comb jelly.
A comb jelly.
Fish thing?
Like a jellyfish?
A comb jelly is a jellyfish.
I thought they didn't have mouths.
Well, they have a
like they don't have a brain, but they make poop. I don't get it.
Yeah, jellyfish have poop. I mean, they have mouths, right?
No, I thought they just get stuff with their tentacles and
like absorbs into their body.
I don't know that much about marine biology.
Yeah, I'm not a marine biologist, but apparently this is, German zoologist Carl Kuhn made this discovery.
Thanks, Carl.
So they eat it, and then it's like,
I guess if they don't,
and then they just
how is that not just vomit?
Yeah.
Maybe because it's already gone through their system and then it exits where it came in.
So it has to go all the way through the system,
like
hit
alien.
a dead end, come back all the way back up.
Yeah,
it seems so inefficient.
It is so inefficient.
You could say that's vomit. We could challenge them on, hey, that's vomit. But no, if it's in you long enough, it's going to become poop.
Oh my gosh, that's really
Which
weird.
animal poops the most? Like the most by volume?
Cow.
Nope.
Oh.
An elephant?
Go bigger.
A whale.
What kind of whale?
A blue whale.
Oh, of course, the biggest animal in the world, the blue whale. Largest poop on the planet. It says here, I think it was, where did I see it? Some crazy, like 8,000 pounds.
Wow.
Some crazy amount.
That is like my only reservation in going diving with a whale is that I don't want to be caught in its poop stream.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, it just seems like that would be my luck, Like I pay for this amazing
never
experience.
Considered that.
So the blue whale is the largest animal on the planet. It doesn't say how big. They're just big, right?
They're big.
It's like a
football field big.
Football field. The consistency of breadcrumbs.
Yes, wouldn't that hurt if you were diving?
So
it just comes at you with the force of a blue whale.
So it's like
a bunch
you're
of
swimming.
Croutons just
you're swimming in croutons.
I just imagine you're being blasted away with the current of croutons.
Oh my gosh.
The blue whale can excrete up to 200 liters of poo in one bowel movement. 200 liters. So,
yeah, I need that in quantified
so
differently.
think like
we just
like
think
a
of
liter,
200 like soda bottles.
Yeah.
So 200 of those would probably fill this whole back of the room.
Yeah.
That's pretty big poop.
And does it just like dissipate into the ocean?
Yeah, just kind of.
It's probably like a horde of other little critters around, just ready to
eating it up.
Yeah, they're like yum 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 yum. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think crabs eat? Right?
Exactly.
That's exactly how they sound too.
Yeah. What animal poops white poop?
A bird.
What kind of bird? Well, there's a few of them. I mean,
don't they all poop white?
I know,
but the ones in my backyard do.
It says most owls and large birds use white. Canadian geese, however, ranges from green to whitish in color. Anyway, what color is unhealthy poop? Like,
like unhealthy
of ours, human.
Anybody's poop. If it's this color, you got better call
black.
The doctor.
Yeah, black.
Black or
red.
You guys are 100%.
Yes.
What is ghost poop?
Is that the same as phantom poop?
Maybe.
Is it when you go and you look and it's not there?
That's a funny one. Is that a phantom poop?
Yeah, that's a phantom poop because it's already gone.
It just went down.
Yeah. So you're like, I swear I just went.
I had the opposite problem. I came out. I think I told this story. Did I tell you this story? Trevor's busting up laughing.
Backing up.
You can leave the room. No, I think maybe I shared this already. I'm sorry if I did, but on episode, whatever. But I was a missionary. Went over to this family's house. Did I tell you this story?
No, I'm dying in anticipation. So
anyway, beautiful girl walks in the room. And I know missionaries are not supposed to look.
Wait, where'd you go again?
Salt Lake City.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
because I come from elsewhere. But anyway, beautiful girl. I was like, wow, beautiful. I mean, she's like probably 25 I would think I was 19. Anyway, I was kind of smitten, like, okay, wow. And then she's like, well, I got to go to the restroom because there was their house, right? Goes to the restroom, comes out, and then I've got to go, right? And so I'm like, oh, hi, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. Go in there. Big old poop. There's a big old poop floating. No toilet paper in there.
No.
Maybe she flushed it and the toilet paper went down, but poop was still there. Big old poop. And it sort of did something to me. It sort of like, it was kind of like this, like number one, oh, wow, girls, beautiful women poop. That was
I love how that's a revelation for so many
men. That was like,
so many men.
What? Yeah. Beautiful women poop and, girls in general poop. And sort of, get kind of, or a few minutes earlier, I was a little bit smitten, and then it kind of like,
turns you off real fast.
I think it's the Lord's way of preparing me. It's like, no, son, you're gonna
stay focused.
That poor girl.
All these beautiful women that you run into, this is what's inside of them.
She had no idea that you had that experience.
So anyway,
oh man,
she did say, "Well, you're not as friendly as you were a few minutes ago." We gotta go.
Well, so did you use the bathroom? I got at the end of the story.
Yeah.
Or
no, I think I immediately.
Well,
I'm not going to just go on top.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be the one responsible for clogging that toilet.
I flushed and it was gone, and so I'm like, maybe she forgot to flush.
Wait,
maybe she, maybe it,
Maybe she's like, this is my own house. I'm good.
Maybe she's like, it's my own house. I got to.
But it depends on what she ate. Like it could have been a very buoyant.
Yeah, and this is this is a good another question. This is another question here. Should your poop float or should it sink?
It should sink. I think either that or we all have very
that
unhealthy.
Sounded like such a Dr. Seuss answer to that question.
A little bit of rhyming.
Yeah, it should sink. I think.
I think it should stink and sink.
Oh, Dr. Seuss missed a great opportunity in writing a poop book.
It seems like the denser, the more healthy it is because you're
so like more fibrous.
It does say if your poop is floating, it indicates maybe a higher fat content in your diet, and it could be a sign of malabsorption because maybe the nutrients aren't getting absorbed, and so it's you're pooping it out. But anyway, something to watch for. So watch for floating, watch for color.
But what's the
watch
ghost poop?
Oh wait, we skipped over the
ghost poop.
Oh, we skipped over. Sorry, we skipped over the ghost poop. I think you're kind of right here. The urge to poop that ends up only being gas.
Oh no, that is slightly different than a phantom
I was going to
poop.
say a ghost poop sounds like a poot to me.
or a shart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A shard is where you think it's a ghost poop and it's not.
There's some substance.
There's some substance. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it says here, a poop so smooth it went down the drain before you could see it.
Yes, that's the phantom.
Or here we go. A visible poop in the toilet, but 0 poop marks on your toilet paper after wiping.
Oh, isn't that like best case scenario?
I mean, that's the ideal, right? You're like, one wipe, done.
And done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's debate about this out there. So if you have a definition of ghost poop, please let us know.
Ghost, phantom, demon, whatever.
I feel like that's inviting a lot of like poop, ghost, Halloween memes into our DMs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, 'tis the season.
Tis the season.
Yeah. So bring it on. So anyway, it's not really news. It's sort of like,
Yeah. Fun trivia, fun facts.
Poop trivia. You can
I like that.
impress your
That was a
friends.
good one.
After you watch the podcast, the Pootcast, you're like, I got knowledge.
Yeah. Next time you're at a party, you are going to be the center of attention.
Yeah, exactly right.
Love it. Well, let's get on to story time.
It's story time today. Kelsey brought this book, and I'm like, well, nobody's going to know what you're saying because you're speaking in Spanish.
Which is why you're going to guess.
We're gonna test our Spanish
we're
knowledge.
Going to interpret.
You're going to interpret
as two non-Spanish speakers.
That's right.
So our best guess.
Okay.
The book is called Todo lo que sé de la caca.
All of the things poop. Is that right?
All the world poops. Right?
All of the things I know about poop.
All the things we know about poop.
All the things I know about poop. Okay. Todo el mundo sabe hacer caca.
The whole world
has to poop.
Knows how to poop.
Knows how
Good
to poop.
job.
Wait, what's the verb to know?
Saber.
Okay.
Sabe.
Yeah.
Sabe.
Muy bien. Y quien no sabe, tarde o temprano acaba aprendiendo. Que levante la mano quien haga caca.
We all know how to poop.
Late.
If you know how to poop, raise your hand.
Doesn't tarde mean late? Late is the temperature. I don't know.
Can you get this on? You see it on camera? Okay.
These pictures are great. You got to get them.
Gotta get them.
Okay, what does it actually mean?
Sooner or later, everybody learns.
Oh,
raise your hand if you poop.
Woohoo!
Ha secado nuestro hermanito Joe.
Oh, my little brother knows how to poop.
Y hacen caca papá y mamá.
And my mother and dad.
Yo. E incluso hacen caca el abuelo y la abuela.
My grandparents know how to poop.
Muy bien. ¿Sabe hacer caca el hipopótamo?
Hippopotamus knows how to poop too.
Bien.
That's disgusting.
I love that he's shielding himself with an umbrella.
La esparce haciendo remolino con la cola y lo deja todo hecho un asco.
He likes to spread it around his poop.
Yes.
I was reading about that actually. Hippopotamuses do that.
They do that. They kind of like a dog with their back feet. You ever seen a dog do that? Kind of kick it behind them or kick dust on it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about hippopotamuses.
Yeah. It's kind of messy.
Really
definitely not the wombat style.
Definitely not wombat
they're
style.
Not, like organized like wombat.
Dang it. Messy hippopotamus. Saben hacer caca los pájaros. Pero cuidado, que algunos tienen muy buena puntería.
The birds also poop. They know how to poop, and
they have good aim
in the city.
Bien.
In the city. Oh wait, they hit you from the sky.
Yeah, pero cuidado. They have super good aim, and they kind of do. Yeah,
they seek you out.
I've like been at the pool too many times and sat next to girls who are getting
like heat missiles.
Yeah. Sabe hacer caca por la calle el perro de mi abuela.
In the street, my dog, my grandmother's dog knows how to poop.
Muy bien.
In the street.
Y nuestro gato, que es muy educado, hace caca dentro de un caja.
The little cat, something my education.
You're good at this.
Yeah, pass.
The cat knows
Phone a friend. Come on.
how to poop in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, in the caja. Caja is a box. In the box.
Yeah.
Poop in the box.
My cat, my super smart cat, knows how to poop in a box.
Ah.
Y saben hacer cacotas los vacotas. Y hacen bolitas como acentuenos las cabritas.
The cow, the vacatas know how to poop. And I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that a dog?
This?
Is that what is it?
It's a goat.
A
Bolita.
goat.
Oh, a bolita.
Mm-hmm.
They also poop.
Kind of.
I'm just reading. I'm looking at the pictures. Right?
Cows make giant poops.
Oh,
Saben hacer cacotas.
Cacotas is big.
Okay.
Los vacotas, big cows. Y hacen bolitas como acentunas.
Oh, small little balls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Las
Got it. Got it.
Y los insectos hacen cacas insignificantes.
Oh.
Insects have insignificant poop.
Yeah, poor guys. They're pretty insignificant.
They don't even register.
Little bitty ones.
Y algunos escarabojas trijanan bolas de caca gigantes.
Gigantic balls of poop.
The beetles.
They make big
poop
beetle
balls.
balls.
They move.
They
move it with their
poop
back
balls.
legs.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm glad
I feel like I saw that on Discovery Channel. I think it's like some mating thing.
Oh, it is? The dung beetle?
I think so. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
No, I think it's true that the bigger the ball they
Yeah.
can make, the more attractive they are.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Big balls, you know.
Y ya no ves cómo son las cacas de los elefantes.
The cacas, the big elephant poops.
Yep.
Oh, there's the big whale.
Yeah,
There's the big blue whale.
There's the crouton.
Y las ballenas.
Ballenas is like what? Big old honking poop.
Ballena is whale.
Oh, ballena is whale. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
but this is saying, and we don't even see elephants poop.
I've never seen it.
Really? Why not?
It's got to be big, right?
It's got to be big. I've never seen an elephant poop. Well, have I? I haven't seen an elephant in a long time.
They got to do it at the zoo, right?
Got to do it at the zoo. I'm going to go to the zoo this week or next with my daughter. So I'll let everybody know, for a turn and report. Pero y yo, y tú, y nosotros.
Do we?
Do you? Hacemos caca?
Do you? Do we? Who else knows how to poop?
¿Y cómo? ¿Cómo hacemos caca?
Todos el mundo.
How do we poop?
Oh, how do we do it? It's going to tell us.
Yo cuando tengo caca corro hacia el lavabo por el pasillo de casa.
Okay,
in your bathroom in your house.
When I have to Tango's I have a poop. When I have a poop, I go to the lavabo, the bathroom, and pasillo de casa. Oh, sorry, what just going on?
¿Dónde está el pasillo de casa? ¿Dónde está en la casa? Where is he in his house?
In the hallway.
In the bathroom. Oh, the hallway. The passageway.
Yes, the passageway.
I feel like I'm in third grade and I so want to impress you with my knowledge that I don't
You did
have.
great. I'm super impressed that you said that birds were accurate. That feels like that was really hard. Me siento en la taza del váter y me concentro mucho. Y si no hay papel, pido un rolo.
I have to concentrate a lot. I have no toilet paper. Here you go.
Bien, Darin, you got a guess?
It's a little rollo. Rollo. Pido de rollo de papel, the paper roll.
So he sits on the toilet and he concentrates. And if there's not a toilet paper roll, then he asks for one.
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm.
A veces se me escapa un pedo.
Sometimes.
Pero no pasa nada.
Sometimes the sound escapes.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I have a little toot.
But wait, what does that say?
What is it about the dog?
Pero no pasa nada.
But nothing passes.
The dog?
But nothing passes. Oh, like sometimes he makes noise, but nothing happens. Like no poop comes out.
Oh, I see.
Muy bien.
So it's like a ghost poop.
Okay.
Yeah.
A veces me cuesta un poco y me pongo rojo del esfuerzo.
Sometimes.
I use so much force, my face turns red. This is the weirdest.
Do you see why I was laughing earlier? Like, what is this?
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, something's red. My face is red.
Sometimes it hurts a little, so I have to squeeze a little hard.
Especially if they're cube shaped. If they're cube shaped.
Yeah. Me cuesta un poco means like it costs me a little bit. Like, it's.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's taxing.
Yeah, it's taxing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. En estos casos, siempre viene un poco de animación.
Always have a celebration?
Kinda. Close.
Other people in my house, they always kind of cheer you on. Do a little cheer. Animación, like.
Yeah. This is a weird house.
Yeah. In those cases, it's good to have a little bit of encouragement. You can do it.
You can do it.
Y de repente, qué descanso.
I repented and feel better.
Basically.
Okay.
All of a sudden, it's what rest. Oh, peaceful. Oh, I can rest. Todo el mundo se siente muy satisfecho con mi caca.
So everybody
is satisfied with my
poop. Feels great.
Yep.
That I pooped.
Justo antes de lavarme las manos, digo adiós a la caca.
Bye, poop.
Y eso es todo lo que sé de la caca.
I wash my hands.
¿Lo has entendido?
So I wash my hands and I say adios to the poop. And then aloha.
Y eso es todo lo que sé de la caca. ¿Lo has entendido?
Do you want to poop?
Have you understood?
Oh.
Sí, qué bonita toilet.
And there's flowers coming out of the toilet and a turtle behind it. I don't get this book.
Yeah, they need to clean that toilet. Look at all that stuff growing out.
They need a washy toilet seat.
Fiend.
Well, that
done, you two.
Really fun. I should do that with my kids.
I think you got an A.
Yeah,
you got like every page.
Right.
Well done. Well done. Oh,
so
that
it's all the practice of Adriana, pounding it
seriously.
into our brains.
Yes, let us speak no further. Enjoy Adriana's her chat with Adriana.
See.
Well, Adriana, welcome to the ZuLoo Pōōdcast. We're excited to have you on. Glad that we could find a time that worked for all of us. And good to see you. Good to meet you. I haven't met you yet, but this is our first meeting. Hi.
Hi, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I'm Spanish teacher.
Buenos días, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, estudiante. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien. I think we're gonna do this whole episode in Spanish. So let me get my notes out and we'll figure it out.
So, ¿cómo está el clima? How's the weather? No, mentira.
Mucho sol.
Well, thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
So we joked a little bit, but tell us how you are connected with ZuLoo, how you're connected with Darin. What's your connection with us?
So Darin contacted me a year and a half or 2 years ago through an application. He was seeking or looking for a Spanish teacher. And we connected and we became friends. And one day I was going to visit Puerto Rico and I actually contacted him. I was going I'm going to be there. So I met him there and he was nice and really, really sweet with me and my boyfriend. He took us to Old San Juan. And since then, we became closer friends. And we, instead of doing one class a week, we decided to do 2 or 3 now. And one day he's like, hey, I have this project of ZuLoo. We go around the world and we help people who don't have access to toilets to actually have access to it. And I would like it to be in Peru. And I was like, that is amazing because I'm from Peru, but I've never been in other cities but Lima. So we planned our trip and we went there. And it was incredible to spend time with him, with his wife, and amazing people. Amazing people that we met in Cusco. It was just great experience.
And that was it. That was earlier this year that you guys were in Peru together.
Yes, we went in May and it worked perfectly. We actually went there. First day was my grandma's birthday. So they got to meet my grandma, sang happy birthday, and we flew to Cusco. Yeah.
How is your abuela?
She's actually doing really good. She just got new pets today. She has new 4 little birds. She's really excited about that, but she's doing great. Yeah, she misses you. She's like, when are you guys coming back? So, yeah, it was great. So
yeah, we got to meet not just your abuela, but your am I saying titos? Is that right?
Tio.
Tios. Your uncle and your cousins. I don't have my notes in front of me, but yeah, we met a lot of your family. Now you're originally from Lima, right? And then when you were younger, you immigrated to I think California first, and then you settled in Miami area, right? Where you are now.
So my dad moved first. He moved to California when I was 13, and then he brought us here. And I actually did 4 years of high school in California, different cities. And it was an amazing experience. I have half of my family they are still in California, but it started getting a little expensive, especially in the Silicon Valley. So,
and your sister still lives there.
Gigi is in San Francisco. So I travel there at least once a year. Yeah. Nice. So it's between San Francisco and Peru. It's like going here and there.
And you kind of taught yourself English, right? I mean, you didn't speak English when you came here, right?
I did not speak any English. I actually went to high school without speaking a word of English and trying to make signs to use the bathroom and be like, and get my way along. And then went back to Peru and took some English classes, but I was never able to speak it. So I knew how to read it and write it. And then moved back to California 6 months later and started school. So they do the placement test. And on my placement test, I was really good. I have high score because I had an advanced English class. But then I didn't know how to speak a word. That's why I have an accent, because I never tried until I had to. And nowadays I go from English to Spanish. Even though it's broken, I can communicate and ask for a bathroom now.
That's good.
It's amazing.
Love it. Yes, we're very interested in that question everywhere we go around the world. How to use the bathroom, how to find the bathroom. It's an important one to know.
I think that's the main question I teach my students to say, ¿Dónde está el baño? And then inodoro, papel del baño. Like the other things, you can play around, but this.
That's right.
True.
Well, how do you find? So, speaking of that, how do you see? I guess when we talk about bathroom culture, like between Peru and the United States. So, what's the main difference you see?
I'm so happy to be in the US and being able to flush the paper towel down the drain that you cannot do unless you wanted to get clogged. But I would say Lima is like any city here, so I never really have any issues in there. It wasn't until now that we traveled there and we went to small communities that they didn't have any access to toilets. That was heartbreaking because we always have the idea that everyone has an access to it. And then you meet the people and they literally don't have anything. We went to a city called Chincheros. That's hopefully where the project is going to be. And met with a mayor. And I really needed to use the toilet. So I was like, hey, ¿dónde está el baño? And when I went, I have to record it because I was like, this is the city hall. It should have a nice bathroom. And even then they didn't. I mean, they have this bucket with water that you need to get the water and flush it down the toilet. So it's difficult to see that not everyone has the same access that we do. And it's a reality check how lucky we are to have that right next to us. I mean, whenever we need it, we just go to our bathroom and use it. And then these people don't have anything.
Yeah.
So,
which is kind of surprising to me as well, because you're right. We were right there in the city hall, mayor's office, and you had to, go bail your own water in a bucket to flush the toilet. And what was surprising too is this is the place where they're building this new international airport as well, which the mayor had shared with us. Yeah, we have plenty of money for the airport, but no money for any other sort of infrastructure for the town. It's a little town, Kelsey. It's probably like I don't know, probably downtown Payson, Utah, maybe. and then they're building this huge airport. It's kind of a contrast. So, yeah, I was grateful to have Adriana there to help translate. We maybe Adriana share with us your because it's kind of a last minute thing. We weren't sure. I know we were going down to visit your grandmother and do some other things, and I had been in communication with David Atria, who we've had on the show, and he had been in contact with the mayor's office, but I didn't really know till the last minute that we were going to have a meeting, and then you were great to step up and leave your you left your boyfriend at the hotel, and let's go out and check out these.
It was the second day. The first day, he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll go with you guys." And the poor guy was suffering of allergies with all this dust.
Share with us the experience of getting in the trucks and
Yeah, so they pick us up in the hotel on these pickup trucks. That was like, in any narco movies, it will be like they're kidnapping us from the hotel. Like, if I record this and send it to my family, they're like, all right, how much money do they want? So it's like, do you really want to do this? And Darin's all secure. Yes, I spoke to the major. And I thought he was kidding because it's not that easy to get access to a major or something. So I was like, yeah, he probably spoke to like a random guy and he said it was a major. So then we got to the city and it's a major. I'm like, okay, you, Darin. So on the way there, it's during COVID, and still until today, a lot of people wear 1 or 2 masks in Peru. So everyone is wearing a mask, and my boyfriend suffers from allergies. And so they roll the windows down just for COVID safety. And a lot of dust started coming inside that car. And suddenly I see my boyfriend and his eyes are they pop out, they're red, irritated. And this guy is dying on allergy. So I asked him, can you just roll up the windows, put the AC on? And on their head, on their mind, my boyfriend had COVID because he was coughing and dying from allergies. And I tried to explain, but it was just like, they're not getting it. So when we go there, I could see him already frustrated, and I left him behind. I'm like, go by yourself. You'll be fine. So then we met with the major. We went into the office, and the major was actually very kind. And we sat on this office. There were about 10 people. All of them tried to explain different things to us. They had a map that they showed in the computer, which houses have more needs than the other ones, what communities need more than the other ones. And it was great. It was just a little tough to understand them with the mask. But I did my best to translate everything they could. And somehow people kept forgetting that I was translating. So they kept going, blah, 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 blah. I was like, hold on, I'm still on hi, how are you? And that was 10 minutes ago. So then slow down. I have to translate that. But they were really great. They showed us around. Then they took us to a small town that looked beautiful, where the lagoon or the lake was. I don't know if you remember that, Darin, but I think the little town was amazing. I was like, I'll pay billions if this was the United States to have a house in here. Yeah, and houses beautiful. Were small.
Yeah, beautiful country, but it was pretty remote, way out down these dusty roads. And I think it took us, almost over half hour to get out there from the city. And it was one of those places where you'd probably disappear and nobody would find you.
They won't even look for you. So it was like far from everything. And so we walk around. We met some of the people from the village, and they were very, very kind. They were telling us that they literally don't have running water, so everything has to be done on the woods. And it was weird to hear that. I mean, at that time, I had a whole bottle of water, so I needed to go, and I was just like, hold it, you're not going to go in the woods because there's no toilets around. And so the whole experience was pretty humbling. It was a humble experience. I gotta say, it was amazing being part of this. I told Darin I will come back anytime. And it was I think we did it 2 days or 3 in a row that we would go on a tour because we were visiting Cusco. And after a tour, we were exhausted. We have dust from head to toe. And then here we are. And Darin and I were like, here we are. But then when we start talking about it and you get into what it is and what the project is about, you get so excited that all the energy just comes back. And it was just great how much passion they have about helping their people. and how much passion Darin has about this project.
Yeah, well, I was super grateful you were there to make sure I came back in one piece. Maybe if I went by myself, I would, and maybe they would have just said, "Oh, hey, let's take care of this gringo and just take care of him." But you were, I had my native Peruvian
you were trying to kill yourself during that whole trip. I was trying to take care of them. Like, don't eat any greens, don't drink any tap water. You're gonna get sick. We went to a restaurant in a different city. And I get in, I'm like, do you have any filtered water? And she's like, yeah, that one in there. And it was brown. So I turn around, like, we're not eating here because, this is going to end up bad. So we left the restaurant. When I turn around, Darin is eating these 2 sandwiches. I'm like, bro, you're not eating that. You're going to die. They taste good. So he was trying to kill himself during the whole trip. And I was just like, please stop.
He just wanted another Peruvian toilet story to be able to share on the ZuLoo Pōōdcast.
Probably.
That's what the sandwiches were about.
Probably. I don't know. But he made it.
Good.
I survived. Yeah, I didn't get sick at all. I think it's I think I have a pretty fast system anyway. So, but I think you steered me clear of a lot of precarious water sources and other places. But yeah, you're right. City of Peru, very modern city, not a problem. But yeah, you get into some of these remote villages, and it's a little bit of a roll of the dice, right?
Yeah. And the tour guide was telling us about these communities that are on the top of a hill in Cusco that they don't have anything. These villages didn't have any toilets or anything, but at least they have a lake where they can get water. But there are some parts of Cusco where people don't even have access to water. So it's just mind-blowing how different, we literally live in a different world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was surprised how the topography really reminded me of a lot of Utah and Montana, the Western United States. And but then, when you got to infrastructure, a lot of that was just not there, right? So anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a big shock to most people who are traveling internationally to see that the world is not like the world around them, right? Because we just all kind of go about life assuming that what I have is what you have, what I experience is what you experience. But the reality is that's very different, right? Even from day to day, my day to day is very different from Darin's day to day. And so when it comes to toilet solutions or access to clean water or menstrual supplies in another country, on another continent, it's so crazy to see and hear of those differences. And I'm curious to know if either of you got an opportunity to talk to any of the citizens of Chincheros and what they said about their sanitation situation.
Well, I think Adriana shook everybody's hand, right? In the village.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to talk to some of them. They were very kind, but again, they don't know what is it to have sanitation or to have a toilet, to have water, running water. They don't know anything about it, so they don't have anything to compare to, and they're just excited to get something, something that works, something that is going to provide like a private space for them. Their houses don't have rooms. It's just like a shoebox where everyone sleeps in there and they cook in the same area. And toilet, of course, is not a priority in there. Yeah. But yeah, we do have an experience. Darin, you want to tell it about shaking hands?
No, I want to hear it from you.
No, go for it.
Well, yeah, most of people in the village, they have these one room huts. It reminded me a lot of India, actually. A lot of the up in the, just one room, maybe 10 foot by 10 foot square homes, dirt floor, really just walls and a roof, and that was really it. When we asked them, hey, where do you go to the bathroom? I can't remember. This is after shaking everyone's hand and saying hello. They're like, oh yeah, I just came back from using the restroom. And they pointed to a cluster of trees, and, and the kids were the same way, the little kids running around. And, And we look at and it overlooks, the part we were at overlooked this beautiful lake, I mean, just gorgeous scenery. It's just like, you could totally picture building. I'm like, we have to build a cabin on this lake. It's beautiful. But then I thought, man, I wonder what the quality of that water is if everybody on the hillside is just sort of, letting it go in the woods. And, I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, who knows what the water quality is like, right?
Yeah. And I went swimming there. But I just, it's just very crazy. Kelsey's saying something. We all usually think of a toilet for like when you have an upset. It's about when you have to go number 2. But also for women, I mean, I never thought about this. Like, I know that some cultures in my country, they have these skirts called polleras, and they use many of them. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. Maybe someone listens to it and they correct me that I can know. But I heard this story growing up that they use many skirts, especially because the weather is very cold, and there are layers of the skirt, and they don't have any pads, or because I mean they live in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes not a toilet. So what they do is everything kind of stays in there, like they sit on the ground and stays, and nowhere to clean and so on. So yeah, for us it's just like, I remember even telling one of us, I'm not going to say the name, I'm like, don't get too close because it's not going to smell nice. And they wanted a picture with that person, and they're like, ooh, now I believe you. Yeah. So it's just part of the whole experience, right? They don't have a toilet. They don't have, I mean, it's just the access to it, the lack of it. We, as women, we need to avoid even infections. We just need a clean space. We need a place to sit. Hygiene.
Yeah. And I mean, you bring up a really good point. We've talked about this on the show before, which is that, menstrual health, women's health is managed very differently around the world. And we have to be really careful. The way ZuLoo does things, right, is to partner with grassroots, local, non-government organizations so that we understand the culture, because the last thing that we'd want to do is come in and impose really westernized ideas of what is sanitary or appropriate for managing a cycle. But yeah, like as somebody who was raised in the United States, hearing that you would just add on another layer to take care of your period, or that you wouldn't have anything to help you manage it. Like I've got all the like, oh no, that's like so uncomfortable feeling, it's so like, ooh, yeah, it'd be stinky and messy and smelly, and to wash all of that later, like it seems outrageous to me. And yet to these women, this is how it's done, and this is how it's been done.
Well, it's previous to what pads were invented. That's how like our previous generations did. They used to use socks or pieces of cloth. But now that we have all this technology and that we actually have things that may help, it's sad to see the difference between one word and the other one. Yeah. So it was an amazing experience, I gotta say. It was amazing. I told Darin, next time you guys come down here, I'm definitely joining you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we have plans to go back, and I've been in communication with the mayor's office and the group, and we've got funding now to. We were going to try to maybe go back this year, but then I think the weather obviously is a factor, and I think we'll probably plan on May of next year. Kind of the same. I think we went in May, did we not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was perfect.
Yeah, the weather is more cooperative, and we won't have a rainy season to deal with. But and our soil engineer Sean Seavey said he's on board. Adriana, sounds like you're on board. So I think we'll put a little ZuLoo crew together and go down and build some toilets. And if you're going to build toilets somewhere, you might as well pick a beautiful place. I mean, Peru is like one of the most beautiful places in the world, and it's and obviously it's your people, your countrymen or countrywomen.
Yeah, we met so many amazing people. I mean, everyone there was so amazing. Every person we met in Cusco was so great. It was different stories. The people who work with the major were also so nice and caring about others. So even though that sometimes him and I were a little tired, we're like, let's do it because these people really need it. And you can feel the energy that everyone's putting towards this and how organized they are. Because whenever Darin asks for something, they'll have it next day. It's like, we really need your help. And we're going to give you anything you ask whenever you ask. So I really like the experience. So yeah, definitely come in next time. And I can't wait to have more alpaca and guinea pig. I'm kidding. I'm not eating that again.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad you're on board, Adriana. I'm glad you're on board.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of alpaca. I think you're an alpaca collector, right? Do you have any to show us?
So one of my students sent me a llama or alpaca. I don't know which one it is because it's so cute. I love when my students get me things. So I was saying, Darin, that I'm very thankful about this. This is the best book that I ever got as a gift. I just got it yesterday. I really appreciate it. This is the best gift ever. But also, I have my llama and my sword thing.
Oh, yes.
My toilet and my poop. This one was with me during the trip in Peru. So every time we traveled to different cities, I was just taking pictures with it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Come in whenever you need me to translate. Hopefully by then, Darin, you're speaking Spanish fluently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal. Yep. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
But I got the best. I got the best teacher in the world. So gracias, muchas gracias, maestra de español perfecto.
Adriana, muchísimas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy día. We're super grateful for the translation work that you did in Peru. Super grateful that you're on board. I hope you do join the ZuLoo squad in May of next year when we go down.
For sure. Are you going to go down as well? Will you go with us?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if the timing's right. It'd be amazing. I would love to, but we got to work out some other details before we can see for sure. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. We're grateful for you. We'll let you know when it airs. But other than that, we hope you have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. And thank you for allowing me to be part of it in Peru and now with the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Buenas noches.
Okay, bienvenidos. Her interview was so fun. It was so great to hear her experience in Peru. Something she'd never done before was, she was like fresh eyes for her, opened up to the world of sanitation and sort of the needs of this local community.
Yeah, because she grew up in Lima.
Yeah.
And I think her grandfather was like a Supreme Court justice in Peru. And they I think lived pretty well. Well off.
Yeah.
And had never gone to Machu Picchu or, seen the sites. And this was her first experience too. So it was kind of cool to be there with her for that. And then, she was instrumental in, talking to the mayor of Chinchero and getting them because I think when we got there, I think they thought we were going to, let's go build some toilets right now.
Right.
And we got to figure this out first. We can't just jump in and start digging holes, So anyway, so we're super glad she was able to open that door.
Yeah. And we'll get to see that come full circle next May. So
yes.
Stay tuned, everybody, for Jocelyn's awesome shots.
Drive there.
She's going to load up all her camera equipment in her VW. What kind of, you got an RV, right?
Yeah. It's
your sister has one, but you got to steal it from her.
It's my parents that will someday be mine.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly. You just got to get the sister out of the way.
That's right. There's a lot of people who want in on this RV, but it will be mine.
Well, Trevor knows people who could take care of that.
Oh, all right. Well, Trevor and I will have that conversation.
So we hope to see you in Peru, and we're excited about that, and and that's in addition to our India project we have ongoing currently, and so which we'll probably have an update from them in the next couple of episodes. We'll talk about that. But
love it. Until then, we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the ZuLoo Pōōdcast. Follow us on social media at our links in the show notes below. To learn more, visit our website, ZuLoo.org. If you liked the podcast, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. For even more Zulu fun, send us an email with your toilet stories to podcast@ZuLoo.com for a chance to be featured on the podcast. This episode of the ZuLoo Pōōdcast is sponsored by ZuLoo Inc., a benefit corporation dedicated to the goal of universal access to toilets, hygiene, clean water and sanitation through the power of social enterprise. Learn more at ZuLoo.com.